This is the most recent pack I've been using for my day hikes and whatnot. This is the Karrimor Airspace 28. It's obviously a 28-liter bag. I call it the Airspace because there's a really rigid frame in here that keeps the pack off your back, right? Which is really nice, and it's got really good thick padding down here, so you've got really good padding, good air ventilation. Yeah, it's been a good pack. Some random things about it. What I really like about the Karrimor company is a lot of their rucksacks, that they call everything a rucksack, is a lot of them have the detachable bottom, or not detachable, but separate layer in the bottom, like the Army's current rucksacks, right? So you've got this whole space in here, and then a zipped section up through here. You could convert this whole thing. Let's see if I can do it right now. You could open the entire thing just by zipping this open, right? So now it's one big pack. But I like to have that option to separate things. Say if you had like a pair of dirty shoes or something like that, you could separate it out. Right, so it's got a couple internal, just a little pocket for your keys or whatever, pocket for your hydration system, and there is a hole here for your tube to go up through. It's got your sternum straps, right? Got your hip belt, like I said. No pockets on the hip belt, but they are really well padded. What else does this thing have? Got right here in the front, you've got a pocket that runs almost the entire length of the bag. Goes down to this foot box down here. And, put all sorts of stuff in there, right? So right now what I'm using for day hikes and whatnot, I can get this down here. What I'm using right now, not the dog, but I've got, you know, a couple different hats. This is just random poly materials, right? Microfleece, which is also Karrimor. So I'll keep those up here in this external pocket on the outside. Got kind of a face buff, keep your face warm. Stuff that in there. I keep a medical kit, which has all sorts of stuff like tourniquet and gauze and all sorts of random things. Run through that someday. I like to keep super warm gloves with me. These are the Outdoor Research. Couldn't tell you the name. Outdoor Research, they're good for like negative 20 degrees or so. And yeah, just really good mittens. So I like to keep something like that, because usually my hands get really cold. I don't have the best circulation. Just my waterproof layer. If you're familiar with military equipment, this is the civilian-made version of the Equix system. It's probably layer 5 or so. So keep that packed away. Something waterproof or to block the wind. Let's see. Got this sort of fleece type insulating layer, which is also camouflage. I like, if I have to, I like to be able to have the option to not be seen if I have to walk through. If I have to walk through somebody's land or something like that I know is private property, I'll do it, but I don't want to exactly be seen if I can avoid that. Random cordage, never know. Recently found this. This is, it's not chewing tobacco, it's coffee pouches. So if anyone out there has ever chewed tobacco, they're the same thing as tobacco chewing pouches, except it's coffee. Each pouch is like a quarter cup of coffee. It's pretty cool. This company was on Shark Tank, I think. If you've ever seen that show, it's kind of a big deal. Keep some random snacks. Oh, and then water. This is a really good container. It's from Clean Canteen. I think it's a 64 ounce. It's got your latch top, rubber seal. Yeah, it's a good container. And keys. So all together, this little day pack. And I'm sure there's a ton of other things that I could add to it, and pretty much every day hike is slightly different in what I carry. But one thing about these zippers is they're kind of a pain in the ass. You've got this fold, right, that goes over the zipper. Watch out. This fold that kind of keeps rain from getting into your zipper, but it also makes it kind of a pain to zip up. You have to sort of fold it up and then zip down and then fold it back over. That's the only complaint about these backpacks, is they always have these, this one in particular, these deep rain wells. So other than that, feels good to be inside. So that frame that's in this pack, it keeps the pack off you really well. I don't know if you can see or not. Yeah, you can see it. There's a little airspace right back up in here, and that really helps. I just went for a hike this morning, probably about a mile or so, and you know, half of it was all uphill, the second half was coming downhill, and I got sweaty. This pack is still, it's got a little moisture here in the hips, but my back was completely dry. It's dry right now. Let's see, feel it. This is like a poly, this isn't a flannel, this is from Eastern Mountain Sports. It's like a poly material. It looks like a nice dress shirt. It's not, there's no cotton. It's actually got a little bit of stretch to it. So this is a quick dry material. And, but right when I finished hiking today, it was a little wet right down through the straps and right around here. So, you know, wherever the pack is sitting through here, and obviously on straps, was a little sweaty, but my back, which usually is drenched. The pack I used on the Appalachian Trail, actually, I didn't really use the frame properly, and so there was never an airspace back here. So 24/7 my back was soaked in sweat no matter what temperature, even in Maine in November. Just back's always sweaty. So it's nice to have something like this that'll kind of keep the pack off your back. I don't think there's anything else about this pack to really explain. For whatever reason, even with like 35 pounds in it, I don't really feel it. Like right now, it doesn't feel like there's anything on my back at all. And there's probably like, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds in here right now. I barely feel it. So whatever it is about this pack, I don't know what it is, but it's a good pack. So the Karrimor Airspace 28, I would recommend it. Karrimor's got a lot of cheap gear. So one other awesome thing about this pack, and a lot of Karrimor, I don't know how you say it, Karrimor or Karrimor. It's probably Karrimor. It's a British company. Karrimor gear in your pack. So that did not come out of my pants. There's a secret little pocket under here, Velcroed, which gives you access to the included rain fly. It's attached right here in the bottom for this pack. Right, secured by Velcro. You can barely tell it's there. And it's also secured in there via some string. So, go ahead and put this on. I rarely use rain covers. Typically, I assume everything is going to get soaked. Therefore, I'll keep one of these guys in my bag. Everything goes into that, and then that goes into the bag. Okay, looking very pretty. Got the Karrimor logo, bright blue. You will not lose this. Okay, it sits really nicely around the bottom. And then, show this off. Nice, that's a good angle. Here we go. Right in the straps, towards the top, is a loop. And there's Velcro here. So you can send this through there. It is very nice. Okay, so this will keep your gear dry, or at least somewhat dry. And boom. So now you got the pack cover on. Let's see how this feels. Feels good. I don't notice it at all. Right on. Some of you may be wondering what this is. This is a cot, right? Ultra light, weighs 2.5 pounds. I've used it a lot. In fact, I sleep on it most nights. Yeah, I think that's it on this pack.